First things first, today it's all about the cold temperatures and then the snow.
Yeah, so this is a really sizable storm that's headed our way for the weekend. The snowfall amounts with it won't be as impressive as what we've seen with some of the past storms over the last 3 weeks, but the impacts will be high. There's so much snow on the ground already. Anything on top of that, combined with the strong winds and the potential for coastal flooding, going to really sort of add to the misery for most of us across the area for this weekend. Our live camera in Providence right now, it's 9 degrees in the capital city. Add in those gusty winds and it feels like 10 below. We're talking sustained winds right now between 10-20 miles per hour and gusts at times over 30 miles per hour. Smithfield's at 7, Newport 10 degrees. The wind chill there also running at about 9 degrees below zero, and New Bedford at about 12 degrees right now with sub-zero wind chills all across the area. We are quiet though. The skies have been clearing over the last few hours. Leading the weather headlines right now is the extreme cold, followed up by that weekend storm, both snow and wind on the way for us. Again, it's a high impact storm, and then next week we'll have to watch for the middle of the week. Another storm developing. Where it tracks right now, it's uncertain, but we'll be keeping you updated on it. Our threat tracker Futurecast for today and tonight, I have us up into the medium category. I think we'll be fine hitting the roadways or maybe a few slippery spots, but boy, it's frigid out there, and so you need to take some common sense precautions if you're out and about today. Saturday, we're going to bump it up to the high category. Low for the morning hours. It's going to be very, very cold, but the snow will break out in the afternoon. I'll talk more about the timing of that. The morning commute, frigid with some icy spots this evening. Cold and dry between 8 and 12 degrees at 5:16 around our sunset time. Travel conditions today and tonight for the morning and afternoon commute looking pretty good. Even tomorrow morning, we're still dry. Tomorrow evening, you have plans to be out and about. You can expect the snow to develop in the afternoon, and so roadways may become slick and snow covered, and the visibility will be dropping at times. The worst of the conditions, though, Sunday morning and early afternoon. Satellite and radar showing one storm system moving out, another storm system starting to drop down into the northern plains right now. This area of low pressure is going to be our next storm system, major one crossing the northern Great Lakes and then rapidly intensifying as it hits the coastal waters of New England. So here's the timing for this storm. The snow develops between, say, 1 and 3 o'clock on Saturday, with snow and wind intensifying overnight. Windswept snow heaviest early on Sunday. Poor visibility, gusts 40 to 55 miles per hour, and it should end by the mid to late afternoon on Sunday, but blowing and drifting continuing after that. Here's the snow moving in again, 1 to 3 in the afternoon. Notice at 4 o'clock we get a little moderate burst. Now there may be a bit of a lull later in the evening hours. This is at 9 o'clock. Doesn't last long. After midnight, that snow returns and intensifies. Windswept heavy snow at times Sunday morning, and it continues through at least the early to mid-afternoon on Sunday. Here's the wind gust futurecast. So as we head into Saturday afternoon, winds are still fairly light, 15, 25 mile an hour winds during the daytime. They really start to amp up overnight, and by Sunday morning at 6 a.m. we're looking at winds gusting between 35 and 50 miles per hour here in Rhode Island. Even stronger winds. Notice these over 60 mile an hour wind gusts possible midday on Sunday on Cape Cod. So that's going to make this 10 to 15 degree or 10 to 15 inch snowfall totals with blizzard conditions. It's going to be a tough weekend here, especially Boston out to Cape Cod. Snowfall amounts in Rhode Island between 6 and 10 inches. Providence down through Newport, the east and west bays, all at about 6 to 10 inches. That includes in our northwestern corner, New Bedford and Fall River, 4 to 6 inches expected. Southwestern corner of Rhode Island, so just slightly less there. 7-day futurecast from 13 today to 2 below when you wake up Saturday morning. Sunday's high near 19 degrees. That midweek storm could be a messy mixture. Some of our computer models this morning, though, now have it offshore. So something we'll be watching for Tuesday and Wednesday.